Welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. Today we are continuing our career with mods and we are launching our first interplanetary mission. This mission is going to go to Duna and collect the necessary science for our advancement. But before we head into interplanetary space, we're going to use our Minmus base to refuel and let the Kerbals have a little R&R maybe, or something in that direction. So here we are, getting into the orbit, jettisoning our fairings and deploying the radiators, because for the mission we opted for the nuclear engines and nuclear reactor. That means lots of excess heat and we need lots of radiators to keep it from exploding. And here we are, circularizing our orbit and getting close to Minmus injection. Okay, let's see where Minmus is. It is not an ideal place, so we have to time warp a little bit. For that purpose, we're going to place this capsule on the launch pad, and now we're going to check where Minmus has to be. So here is our launch pad. It is almost exactly at the same place as a descending node, so we can use this as a frame of reference, and Minmus has to be approximately there. Let's check back. And if we create our maneuver node at a descending node, we get encounter with Minmus. Let's time warp to it. The burn will take approximately 5 minutes in real time, but we are not going to watch it in real time. We're going to watch it at 8 times the acceleration, 4 times the physical warp in game, and 4 times warp of the video. So our apopsis is rising rapidly. Almost there. Just need a little tiny correction to ensure that we encounter Minmus. And now we need to make a course correction so that we go into proper orbit and can encounter our station without much of a difficulty. Okay, that sounds good. Let's say goodbye to the Kerbin and time warp to our maneuver node. And this part is a little bit tricky because of the problems with floating point. Our orbit is constantly jumping back and forth when we're turning our ship, so we had to do a little bit of back and forth maneuvering. And here we are. Let's create a maneuver that will allow us to get close to our station. Wow, almost perfect. And we need a little bit of fuel from our upper stage. So let's approach the maneuver and execute it as usual. We are basically so close to orbit of our station so that we don't even need to change the inclination a lot. We get directly to the encounter. Okay, let's see. It's not perfect on that orbit, but it is going to be almost perfect on the next one. All we have to do is tiny correction. So let's execute that. And we're going to use RCS for that maneuver because it's just 0.4 meters per second. And here we are on the approach to the station. So let's scale our lateral velocity and approach it to approximately 100 meters or something around that. Let's orient to the station. There it is in all its glory. And burn directly to that. And now time to slow down. Hopefully we're not going to crash. Nope, we're not going to crash. And now the fun part. So at first I was thinking, okay, we can dock. And here you can see the new mod I installed, the dock and alignment indicator, which is supposed to help with these situations. But then I decided it is kinda problematic to get the whole thing around and orient it properly. So we have this little fuel tag. Let's put some fuel in it with this Kerbal or TAC Fuelballancer. And now let's use that to transfer the fuel to the interplanetary vessel. Sounds easy enough. Okay. The fueling vessel is very little and very light, so RCS, even with tiny bursts, changes its direction immediately. And as I understand this docking alignment thingy, we have to align everything in the center of the screen, and it will basically allow us to dock. But for some reason it is not going exactly as planned. I guess this, thinking about it now, this orange arrow should be in the middle of the screen also, or in the middle of the top part of the screen. So I decided I'll do it the old-fashioned way. And done. Let's transfer the fuel. And yeah, that way it will take a couple of transfers to do it properly. So I decided, well, to hell with it. Let's dock. Let's dock this big, huge thing to our station. So let's retract this radiator to make sure that it is not destroyed. And now let's do this careful whale ballet and dock with our station. It is a little bit tricky because it is almost impossible to place the camera that way so that we can see the docking ports properly. And you can see me trying turning the camera around at all kinds of weird angles to make sure that both docking ports are on the screen at the same time, and it is easy to see them aligned. Okay, they're not perfectly aligned, but if we do it carefully, they should automatically realign when... Nope. No. Careful. And we are docked. So let's transfer the fuel. And at this point, a thing happened that is probably obvious to everybody except of me at the time. We don't have enough fuel to refuel the whole thing. The space station only got one 3.75 meters tank, and not even 3.75, it's 2.5 meters. And the craft has the full volume of 4 of such tanks. So yeah, would have to get more fuel from Minmus surface. But that will probably happen between this episode and next one. For now, it is time for me to say thank you all for watching. Remember to like, dislike and comment this video in the section below. My name is Darlock, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.